Okay, so I just put in a little bit more color, like just to make it a bit darker. So anyways, I've decided that I want to de-stress, and for me this is the only way that I can filter out what's happening like in my head. So like this week, there's just so much that's been happening at school. There's a lot that's just been happening in my life, and I feel so off balance, and this is kind of a form of therapy. I hope that it helps, but at the same time, I'm just, just trying to show you guys my watercolor journey. I'm not where I want to be yet, but as the people that you look at on the internet, as they all say, it's all about consistency and just like following up, and sometimes just use a big brush just so that you can cover more room, honestly, because I was gonna take forever with that fine brush. But what's nice about smaller brushes, I think so far, what I find is that it's more detailed. It gets to the places that I want to get to. Obviously it takes more time, and I do prefer, I genuinely do prefer using just using small brushes, but I've come to find that big brushes do the job as well. I'm yet to find a way to hold this phone camera, so and at the same time my like screen time, like a video time, yo, it's not a lot. I don't have much time, it's going so fast. This is according to this book, what type of window is this? I read somewhere what kind of, this is like, those fancy architecture, everything is like symmetrical. Don't mind my sketch. Next time I'll actually like sketch from the beginning with you guys. I didn't spend too much time on making the sketch because I was just trying to make sure that my friend who I'm doing this exercise with, we just get to do to the coloring part. The sketching part, I never want to be too detailed about it, because you might end up just losing focus on what you're doing. So I think what's important is to paint, get to the painting part, but obviously don't make the sketch, you can't now neglect it. So then also just like to spread out the paint across the drawing, so that there's like no contrast in the color. Like mixing the brushes as well, because sorry, I'm not even looking at the camera now. This is the first time I'm making this kind of video, and I think Friday nights are good for such an exercise. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. I think I'm very happy with that. Okay, I need to do on this side, but I think doing on video as well just helps you to see what it is that you're doing. So it's just a matter of adding more color. I did not stretch the paper well enough. You can see like I put some tape on the sides, but I didn't put tape over there. It's already 6 minutes, imagine. This is supposed to go very quick. Now I have this like muddy contrasting thing there. I already had this color thing, and I'm mixing it with some blue. Like this is like all the leftover colors. I'm a very big fan of recycling colors. I don't believe in throwing out old paint. I always just like mix it with other paints to make new paint. And if there's a lot of paint in one section, you need to take it and like you spread it out onto other portions. What, it's almost 7 minutes, imagine. Where is the time going? Okay, I'm trying to spread this color onto other blocks and sections of the window, because like I had a lot of it, like a blob of it, because I think I put too much water. Yeah, so as you can see from my sketch, it's not that symmetrical, but you know, it's whatever. Now I kind of like feel like I ran out of, oh, I'm trying to dodge the mullions of the window, but this is tough. It's actually been a while since I last painted. The last exercise I did was a banana. We did a banana peel thing, and then I was supposed to move into the kiwis, but he moved on without me, honestly. Because I didn't make time for this important weekly exercise. I think Fridays are good. I'll see how it works. So my sister came over, and you know, she was telling me that I should really push and be more consistent at my work, you know. And this is something I enjoy doing. This is something that I found that I don't need to be perfect in this. I don't need to come up with a crazy cool concept and be amazing and all of that. I just need to apply my skills that I've gained so far. So I like to look at other people's work, be like, wow, that's amazing. I like that. I want that. Oh, I'm gonna try and do something like that. But then also now with what I've seen, places I've been to, what would I like to say about them using tones and colors? What do I see, and how do I interpret what I've seen? How can I show that to the audience? I don't have specifically an audience at this moment. I was using Instagram, but I haven't been consistent on that, and I need to get back on like posting a lot more on that account, so that you guys can see, you can join me in this journey. And I need to be very transparent. Yes, I can't just be painting in secret and posting finished work. I need to be able to show all of this. Yeah, just, and like right now I'm just talking to myself. Look at that. I am talking to myself. Well, these parts are like much more difficult. What do you enjoy doing? I wonder what people like to do on Fridays, except for the obvious, meeting people, going out. Like, oh, well, with me, that kind of is not like very not happening. I'm not meeting people on Fridays. I'm trying to meet deadlines and then catching up on sleep, or the one series I'm watching right now. But like the Wi-Fi in my place is so bad. Oh, wow, we like, oh my gosh, I should be halfway now. I should be halfway done. My aim was to do this in like less than 20 minutes. As you can see, it's taking longer. Oh, wow. Wow. And then now, I need to like make these parts where the sun hits darker. I think this is all about having space to take these videos, memory. I wonder how these YouTubers keep all their videos. Like, where do they get all that space? They buy memory cards? Well, I think when it's a new journey, everything is just, it's new. Let's make this one a bit more darker. So you can always just let it dry and then come back to it. But I always find that painting over it, like making the layers while it's still wet, it just does something nice to it. And sometimes I'll be like, wow, I didn't think it was going to come out that way. So just like adding But sometimes it just becomes too muddy, so just wait for it to dry. Take a breather, walk outside, I don't know, go and get the clothes, a lining. I speak closer, so if you hear some closer references, please let me know, and I'll translate that if you don't understand closer. Not really thinking, I don't think that the audience will be non-closer speaking people. Because of my friends and the people around me, I think. But then, you know, art is like a whole community for everyone, so I'll probably have to learn how to put subtitles. It's not that I don't know how to speak English all the way through, but sometimes I find myself just like saying something and I don't even bother translating in my head. I just say it in my language. And then someone will go, well, I don't speak closer. And I'll be like, oh yes, I'm sorry about that. Yeah. yeah. It happens. It still happens to this day. I'm trying to learn languages. I am, you know, trying to like leave South Africa as well and explore. So I'm trying to learn languages, and it's like, yo, if this English and Xhosa jumping situation is like this, how's it going to be like when it's another language? Which language will I use to translate? Will I be thinking in my Xhosa head and trying to translate and like the... Okay, guys. Let me stop mumbling. It's almost 20 minutes up. Okay. Almost 20 minutes up. I think what I should do is... I'm just going to let this dry. And sometimes I try to like finish the old paint by like just doing whatever. And at this point, no, don't worry. I'm not doing whatever. This is very much intentional. Because you see bricks now, they like have this texture around them. Like it's brown. Not necessarily, I'll say brown, but like it's just this thing about them, right? So just I need to be thinking about the bricks at like Church Square, the bricks I've seen, and the kind of textures that they have, and on what I'm trying to go for. Look at that. Okay, and the paper's doing whatever at this point. So rule of thumb always with watercolors is to go with water first and then the color. I always forget to mention that to people, that it's important so that it keeps the consistency. Yeah, I learned that the hard way, because like sometimes you're doing a big space and then the color is just not doing it, you know, not doing the right things. So I'll be back, but I'm just